Okay, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salam ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursaleen wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Allahumma infa'ni bima 'allamtani wa 'allimni ma yanfa'uni wa zidni ilman. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. Rabbi ishrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa ahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay, so Alhamdulillah, we got started with the fail yesterday, and we had a look at the past tense table, how it is constructed. And as I already indicated, that all the past tense words in the Arabic language, whatever past tense word comes in the Quran, it will be one of these 14 forms. So you see, that's where it becomes challenging. Some of the students think that, okay, if I memorize a word, Nasara, oh, Nasara means something related to help, but Nasara can come in any of the 14 forms, and there are more than this. It can come in different families. This is one family. There are different families, as they call it as Bab. Now once it goes into different family, the appearance changes, the pronunciation changes, the look changes. It's the same word, Nasara, but now you are not able to recognize it. So it's not as easy as one thinks, that if I can understand the Quran from word for word or learning vocabulary. No, it is not really possible. That's not. It's just you get a rough idea, something like that, but you will never get into the real crux of it. So that's why it is very, very important to understand it at the language level, especially when we are talking about the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I mean, people have been studying this for years and years, centuries, but still they don't understand it. Every time they read, they get some different flavor of it. So it's very, 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 very important that at least we get the basics of it. Okay, so let's quickly go through the past tense table one more time. Let me share the slide first. Anybody has any question, you are free to ask, but I don't expect any questions. So let me just share the slide. The slide is shared. Hopefully you are able to see it. Session number 16. So this was the past tense table that we looked yesterday, and just let me put out the whole table on top of it. Okay, so this was the table basically. Okay, 3 columns, 5 rows. First column singular, second column dual, third column plural. First and second, third person. First and second row, third person. Third and fourth row, second person. Last row, first person. 1 and 3 row masculine, 2 and 4 row feminine, last row common. So if you have all these dynamics with you, which word represents what and in what location what is getting represented, then inshallah you will generate the proper understanding of it. So the very first word, Nasara, that's where we begin. Okay, all the words Nasara, we take that base word and then we start making it dual, plural, feminine, and so on. So Nasara is singular. How do I make it dual? Very easy. Dual is like a sound, ani in ism. So just add a, it becomes dual, Nasara. Okay, plural is usually represented in the ism form by una. So okay, don't add the noon, just add u, it becomes Nasaru. Okay, feminine is usually represented with ta sound, so add a ta, Nasarat. Okay, again make a dual, take Nasarat, add a, Nasarata. Then comes the important word at the hunna position. Okay, 2 things you need to remember, that the last root letter gets a sukoon on this location, and the noon with the fatha, that sign is added at the end of the word. Any word you take, Jalasa will become Jalasna, Katala will become Katalna, Fataha will become Fatahna, Daraba will become Darabna. So there is no difference, it is the same word. When you come at this location, this is what you will get. Last root letter sukoon and a na with a fatha at the end. So Nasarna, and once you get Nasarna, now just follow the pronoun table, anta, antuma, antum. So Nasarta, Nasartuma, Nasartum, Nasarti, Nasartuma, Nasartunna. And then we come to the ana part. Ana means mai ka opposite tu, so add a tu. Nasartu means I helped. And then the last word is created using the hunna location, just add a alif. nasarna, that is we. Okay, so that's how the whole 14 words are made. Nasara, nasara, nasaru, nasarat, nasarata, nasarna, nasarta, nasartuma, nasartum, nasarti, nasartuma, nasartunna, nasartu, nasarna. And there is no option, there is no silver bullet, there is no shortcut. You have to memorize it. At least one we can do that. We can do at least that. To understand thousands of other words, at least we can memorize one table and use it as a template to create other tables on the fly. Okay. So other details I already told you, third person, second person, first person, and every word has got a inside, every verb has got a pronoun inside it. Every verb, doesn't matter whether it's past tense, present tense, what it's. If it is an Arabic fail, it has a pronoun inside it. And that pronoun is always rafa. And that's why it is always the doer. And it comes pre-packaged. You don't have an option to choose yes or no. It will come with the verb. So that's a major difference between English verb and Arabic fail. That's why Arabic fails are called as complete sentences. Every fail is a complete sentence. It comes pre-packaged with the doer. So you have everything with it. So that's why when we look at the fail, we know everything about it. We know its number, we know its gender, we know its doer, we know its tense, everything by just looking at that one small word. Okay? We already translated he helped, both of them helped, they all helped, she helped. So Nasara is related to helping. All you have to do is remember first row is third person masculine. So he helped both of them, all of them. Second row is feminine. So she helped both of them, all the women helped. That's how you translate. And this is past tense. So you translate it as helped, helped, helped. And as I demonstrated yesterday, you can replace Nasara with any other word, create the table and put all these things, understand all these things with that new word. You just need to know the meaning of that word. That's it. So basically you can write the whole booklet on just one table. What all information is there. That's how powerful the Arabic verbs are. Apart from that, this was a very important thing for us. I had asked you to memorize it. I hope everybody has memorized. We'll just go quickly through it. Ittakhaza means to take. Okay. Ittakhazallahu walada. Allah says in Qur'an that the Christians say Ittakhazallahu walada. Maazallah, Allah has taken a son. So ittakhaza, to take. Amila, amal karna, to do. Bashara, basharat dena, to congratulate. Anzara, anzara means to warn. Okay. Munzirun, warner. Ja'ala, to make. Okay. So this will be made. He made. Anzalna, inna anzalnahu Qur'anan Arabian. Send down. Anzala means to send down. Hayya means to prepare, to facilitate, to provide. ओके इसी से आपका उर्दू वर्ड आता है मुहय्यी, मुहय्यीउन, उनको मुहैया कराना. मुहैया कराना मीन्स व्हाट? उनको देना, लाके देना, फैसिलिटेट करना, प्रोवाइड करना. मुहैया कम्स फ्रॉम दिस. हसीबा, टू अज्यूम, गुमान रखना. हसीबा, टू अज्यूम. टू थिंक भी हो सकता है हसीबा. आमना, टू बिलीव, ईमान लाना, टू बिलीव. आमन्ना, आमना, ही बिलीव्ड. काला, टू से, कहना. कालल्लाहु, कालल्लाहु, अल्लाह सेड. Qala Rasulullahi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the messenger said. This word is very common. Kharaja means to go out, exit. Like usko kharuj lag gaya. Kharuj lag gaya matlab us pe exit lag gaya. In the Gulf people use it. If you go to the, if you have been to the Gulf countries and when you're driving on the highway, you will see makhraj. Makhraj means what? Exit. To go out, leave. Or in Tajweed also you say this is the makharij. Makharij is the plural of makhraj. Makhraj is what? The place from where the word exits. Makhraj. Makhraj is the place from where the word exists. In the halls also, the assembly halls, makhraj is written. Exit number 1, exit number 2. So kharaja means to leave, exit, go out. Kabura, kabir se aata hai. Allahu Akbar, same root. So to get big, to become big. Okay. So these are the 12 words that we should know the meaning to make our fail learning easy. So I'm giving you 1 more minute. Please take a look at it and let's not waste the time in the meaning then.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Yes, wa alaikum assalam, rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Sir, this sign on the last harf is fatah, right? In past tense. But here it can be seen on the first letter also. Everywhere it is fatah only.
In the first letter there is a fatah?
Huh?
Well,
No,
no, not necessarily. Where is ittakhaza? There is a kasra there. Istaghfara, there is a kasra. Yeah. Well, you will see. Yes, by default, they are having a fatha on that, but some of them do have a kasra, and you will also get a dhamma. You will also get a dhamma. There is a special position for it. Yeah, so all possibilities are there, but the ending is important. Pay attention to the ending. The ending is same for all of them. That's what is important. The beginning might change, but yes, the ending is okay. Fine. So now today we are going to focus on two important things. Very important. This is going to again propel, advance your understanding of Arabic language to a new level now. These two things. Okay, what are these two things? First is how to interpret a fail when a pronoun is attached to it. You remember when we studied all the possibilities of a pronoun attaching to different entities, we said when the pronoun attaches to an ism, it creates idafa, the pronoun becomes jar. When the pronoun attaches to a harf of jar, it becomes jar. When a pronoun attaches to harf of nasb, it becomes nasb. And then the last option we studied was when the pronoun attaches to an fail, and we said because fail is an action, the pronoun provides details, and any word that provides detail will be in the nasb state, so the pronoun becomes mansoob, nasb. So that was the option we had studied there since we were on that topic. So today we will study all the verbs, past tense verbs, when different pronouns get attached to it. How do we interpret, how do we understand it, how do we really analyze that verb when a pronoun is attached to it? So some of you might think, what is so great deal? Pronoun, okay, there's a verb, there's a pronoun. I can, iska ek meaning hai, uska ek meaning hai. No, you are forgetting a fact that the verb already has a pronoun inside it, and now you are attaching one more pronoun. So if you are already confused, now this is going to make you super confused. You are going to mix up the inside pronoun with the outside pronoun. Outside Allah is talking about female, inside there is a male. Oh, now you get mixed up. This is where the challenge comes. So this is the one topic that we want to study today. Second important topic is the types of doers. There are different types of doers in the Arabic language. So we want to take a look at it. What are the different types of doers and how do I recognize it? How do I interpret it? So those are the two important things that we want to take a look at, inshallah. Okay, so now here are the steps that are jotted down for your ease. Now, in spite of me telling many times, from my own experience I tell you, students still jump the gun. They still don't follow the steps. They think that they can translate it. They try to do everything in the ad hoc way, and they finally mess up. So these are the steps lined. If your ustad, your teacher is telling you these are the steps, there are reason for it. Not like, oh, they are for the beginners, I know, I already do it. No, do it with the steps. Do it with the proper steps. Your basic understanding will be correct, and then you can build upon it. So these steps are there to interpret a verb when a pronoun is attached to it. Okay, so what are the steps? First of all, the first step is you should be able to identify this is a verb and this is a pronoun. That's the first skill you need to have. If you are not able to figure out which is the pronoun and which is the verb, that's it. We are in a bigger trouble. So by now, I am hoping that students are reviving the notes, looking at the videos which are made available, everything free of cost. So there should not be any reason for not doing anything. In spite of that, if we are not doing, then there is a bigger problem. We are not made for this then. Okay, so whenever you have a situation where you have a verb and a pronoun is attached to it, first we should identify, okay, this is a pronoun and this is the verb. This is where the verb ends and this is the pronoun part. That's the first thing. Okay, what's the second step? The second step is you have to assume that the attached pronoun does not exist. I don't see it. It's not there. That's what you have to assume. Only when you do this step, then only your the interpretation of that verb will start coming out in the rightly manner. So you identify the pronoun, you assume it is not there. Okay, so now you are left with only with the verb. Now translate the verb. Now translate the verb. You have already studied how we translated the past tense. It will be one of those tense. So translate it now. Now once you have the translation ready, okay, now put back the meaning of the pronoun. So you should also know the meaning of the pronoun. What is ka, what is koma, what is kum, what is kunna, what is tu. All these meanings you should know it. Ni, yi, na. So we should not be flipping notes at this time. See, it doesn't make sense. It defeats the purpose of learning the language. That's why I was stressing so much that you need to memorize these pronouns, you need to memorize the past tense, you need to know all the pronouns inside out, attached, detached. It's so important. It's because a student who has done all that, now he or she can only focus on the new thing that he or she is learning. Otherwise, it's like, okay, everything messed up. I don't know what is kuma. What is kuma? Is it feminine? Plural? No. That's not going to work. That's not going to hit it. Okay. So once you have this verb meaning and pronoun meaning, now in the next step, just mix up both the meanings. And now when you do it, you have got the right interpretation of it. Only when you follow these steps, most probably you are going to get it right. Otherwise, simple verbs, you might be able to solve it, but as soon as the verb becomes complex and a complex pronoun is attached to it, you will not mess up. So to begin with, you always follow this step. Identify the pronoun, assume it is not there, translate the verb, put back the meaning of the pronoun. Now you got the correct interpretation. Okay, so let's see if we can do this. So look at this. So let me do this one for you. So anzalahu, okay, anzalahu. This is not the past tense format that we have studied. Looks like something additional here. Yes. So these are two words. The second word is who and the first word is anzala. So I have done the first step. I have identified the pronoun. The pronoun is who and the verb is anzala. Okay. So the next step is pretend as if who is not there. Okay. Who is removed? What am I left with? Anzala. Anzala. Aha. Okay. So I need to match my anzala with my nasara table. So in nasara table, which is that word which ends only in fatha? There is nothing else. No tu, no ta, no ka, no kuma, nothing. Who is that word? Very first word of the table. That's the only word that ends in fatha. Rest, all of them have something different. They have alif, they have na with the alif, all this thing. So this is the very first word of the table. Okay, if I get that this is the first word of its own table, that means this should match the details of nasara except the meaning. So what are the other details of nasara except the meaning? Nasara is masculine, singular, third person, past tense. So these four information should apply to anzala. It should be masculine, third person, okay, singular, past tense. That's the doer inside it, which means the doer inside it is hua. Okay, so there is a pronoun hua inside it, and I also have a who now, which I am pretending it's not there. So before I attach who, I am going to translate anzala. Okay, anzala was inna anzalnahu Qur'anan. Oh, send down.
Send down.
Yeah, okay. So I know this is masculine, third person, singular, and so the word that can represent masculine, singular, third person is he. That's the English word. That is the only word which can satisfy these three conditions: masculine, third person, singular. No other word. So I will use he. Okay, he, and then the core meaning is sending down, and this is past tense. So the whole thing gives me he sent down.
He sent down.
Ah, okay, I got it now. He sent down. But that was not the original problem given to you. The original word is anzalnahu. Okay, no problem. I got this part. He sent down. Now I need the translation of who. Okay, who is the attached form of hua? Hua ka attached form who hai? So hua means he. So who will be either him or his, or sometimes it could also mean it. Why? Because we don't have the third gender. We use the same words hua and hiya for it also. For it also we use it. So if we are talking about something, a thing, then we can translate it at it also. So if this is sending down, is something was sent down, so we can translate who instead of him or his, we can translate it as it also. So it could mean he sent down him. Yeah, that's also okay. If you send down him, if you send down something, some person, some baby, some boy, whatever it is, he sent down him or he sent him down. That's the proper English. We don't say he sent down him, we send him down. Or we can use the it. That is also possible. It could be a thing. He sent it down. So he sent down it will become he sent it down in the proper English. So the translation is he sent it down. He sent it down. Inna anzalnahu. He sent it down. Qur'anan Arabian, as an Arabic Qur'an. If you see the Qur'an, the ayah, that's how it translates. You got it? Those are the steps you follow for all the verbs when you have attached pronoun. Otherwise, you are going to mess up the inside pronoun with the outside pronoun. Any questions?
No, sir. Mashallah, very well explained.
Okay. So now we go to the second word. Let's see. Ja'alatkum. Ja'alatkum. Okay. Again, very obvious. Kum is the pronoun here. I identified it. Okay. Get it out. What is left? Ja'alat. Ja'alat. What is that Nasara table which ends in only ta with the sukoon? Oh, that's the fourth word. That's the fourth word. Nasarat. Okay. So Nasarat, it has feminine singular third person. And which is that English word that represents feminine singular third person? She. So doer, the doer here is going to be she. Whatever is being done here is being done by she. I got that. Okay. Jala has the meaning related to making. And the making past tense is made. Okay. So one thing is sure, the translation will be she made. Jalat means she made. That's it. Okay, now I add the meaning of kum. Kum is plural masculine second person. Ka, kuma, kum. It is the attached form of antum. Antum means you all. So kum. Okay, so kum is plural masculine and second person, which means you all. Okay, so I got she made, and kum means you all. She made you all. No rocket science. I'm just making sure I translate the verb first and then I put the meaning of the pronoun later. That's all I'm doing. Preparing two words separately and then fusing them together. So that since I am beginning to learn, I don't mess up the two pronouns. There's already a pronoun. That's why we are doing this step. Otherwise, it's not a challenging one. But देखने में लगता है, why do just do it? Yeah, sometimes you'll be able to do it, but sometimes you'll mess it up. And we don't want to mess up these words because we are studying this language to understand the words of Allah, and we cannot afford to misinterpret it. So we have to be very careful. We are not learning this for writing an article in the magazine. Right? So these are Allah's words. Whatever we are studying, we have to be very careful. Take a look at this. Ittakhazuha. Ittakhazuha. Okay. Ha is the pronoun here. So what am I left with? Ittakhazu. A past tense ending in the wow. Only one. First row, third word.
Third word.
Yes, third word. And first row we know it is third person and it's masculine. And if it is third word, it has to be plural. So the three information I got it: masculine, third person, plural. Which is that English word that can represent all these three aspects? They. That's it. I got they. Okay. Now let me put back the meaning. Ittakhaza means to take, and the past tense of take is took. So it will be they took. That's it. I got the half part prepared. They took. Okay. So what's the meaning? Ha. Ha is the attached form of hiya. So hiya means she. So ha will be like her.
Singular.
Her. Ha will be her. Or we can treat ha as it again. So who can be treated as it? Ha can be treated. Masculine, feminine things. But if we are talking about human being, okay, then we can say they took her. If we treat it as her, they took her. Or if we are talking about an object, we can say they took it. Both of them are right, depending upon what context are we talking about. किस मंजर में बात कर रहे हैं उसके ऊपर से डिपेंड होगा. आप दोनों भी मीनिंग सही हैं. They took her is also okay. If somebody is talking about a baby girl or something like that or whatever it is, they took her. But if they are talking about an object, then we have to say they took it. Ittakhazuha. Question so far?
So the ha will be for a feminine word. Suppose if it's an object. So if it's then feminine object, like treated as feminine, then the ha will come.
Yes. Otherwise it will be ittakhazuhu. If the object is masculine, let's say they what could be the good example? If we are talking about somebody took the book, the students took the book. The book is masculine, so we'll say ittakhazuhu. We'll say ittakhazuhu. They took it. They took the book.
Yeah.
So, so it depends whether the thing is masculine or feminine.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. But just remember that we don't have a it in Arabic. So we have to use those who ha only to represent them. Okay, here is another one. Anzartu hunna. Aha. Sounds like a complex word. Anzartu hunna. But if you break it down into small objects, it's not that hard. It becomes very easy. Just like the corporates, if they have a big project, they break it down into small departments and small groups, and each group is working on a part, and finally they bring back together the whole project and it's a one unit. Same thing we are doing here. Anzartu hunna. That sounds very complex. Okay, let's break it down. Which is the pronoun here? The pronoun is hunna. Okay, get it off. What am I left with? Anzartu. Tu. Tu and main. Main means ana. Okay, so this is, the doer is ana here. The doer is ana. I. And anzara is related to warning, and it is past tense. Okay, related to warning, past tense, I being the doer, the only sentence I can create is I want. I want. That's it. I got the half part. Okay, hunna. Hunna. Hunna is that sixth word. Hua, huma, hum, hiya, huma, hunna. Oh, plural, feminine, third person. So it will not be they. This is attached. Them. They will be when it is the detached form. It's attached, so it will be them. So I want them. Feminine. Anzartu hunna. I want them. Okay?
Come for the feminine, no?
What's that?
Plural feminine.
Say that.
Hunna will come for the feminine plural.
Okay. So?
Third person.
So I want those women.
So what does them mean? Those women. Same thing. You say them, you say those women, you say all the women. Different words to say them.
But you have to mention the feminine word, no?
So isn't there a F in the bracket after them? Okay. Here's another one. So if you don't write the gender, it is masculine. If it's a feminine, we need to indicate it, and the F is there. So them means female. Basharahum. Basharahum. Oh, this is relatively easy because whom is a pronoun. What we are left is bashara. Oh, that's easy because if you see only fatha, that's the first word of the table. Nasara. That's it. Nasara is third person masculine singular. So will be bashara. Bashara. Third person masculine singular, which means the doer will be he. The doer will be he. Okay. Bashara is related to congratulations. Basharat, good news. So he congratulated. That's it. He congratulated. He congratulated whom? Because the attached pronoun is going to give me details. Okay. He congratulated. He congratulated whom? He congratulated whom. So whom is English. Whom is Arabic. Whom means them. So the translation will be he congratulated them. He congratulated them. Okay? So it's not that hard even to translate the Arabic language. It's just your approach and your understanding and your mastering of previous topics. The students where they themselves make the thing complex. You know why? Because they just take it as going on, yeah, I will do it, yeah, I have memorized, yeah, I have idea. No, that doesn't work here. You have to really master the topic before you go on to the next topic, because all that is going to be required in your future learning. It's not like academic studies. Semester 1 is over, just sell off those books. Now we don't need. We need 6 new books, new semester. Nobody will ask the question from it. That's academics. This is not academics. This we are learning that is going to go till our grave. So we need all the topics. So we need to be ready with all that stuff that is already taught. Then only the future stuff will make sense and it will be interesting and it will keep our motivational level at the same level. That's where things start breaking down. When when you don't understand the pronouns, we don't know the gender, you don't know the number, I'm sure this is going to be very difficult and complex for those students. They will not remember the gender, number, attached pronoun, what is the detached form of it, what's the meaning of this, so many things. But only when you have handled the thing at the right time, then the things make sense. Okay? So this is just a taste of how you should solve the verbs with the attached pronoun. Here are some golden words that you should remember, and this will help you a lot in your Arabic studies. In the verb, the hidden pronoun, there is always a hidden pronoun. You can't see. You have clues to figure it out what it is. It is always the doer. वर्ब के अंदर हमेशा एक प्रोनाउन होगा और वो डूअर होगा और वो रफा होगा क्योंकि वो डूअर है. Every verb will have a pronoun and it's always doer. The attached pronouns to the verb will always give you detail. Is there a verb? If there is a verb and there's an attached pronoun, it will always give you a detail. And that's why they are all labeled as nasb. Their status is nasb. They can never be jar, they can never be rafa. The pronouns attached to a verb. So we have studied that whenever pronoun attaches to any entity, it can only be nasb or jar. In two cases it is nasb, when it is attached to harf of nasb and when it is attached to fail. And in two cases it is jar, when it is attaches to ism and when it attaches to harf of jar. These are some golden conclusions which should always be there in your mind, so that when you are interpreting you will never make a mistake. Is that clear to everyone? Any questions now? So that completes the interpretation of attached pronouns with the verb. Now what we want to take a look at is the types of doers. The types of doers. Okay? Now, in these two sessions, yesterday and today, we have studied past tense and we have translated so many words. Yesterday we translated like 10-15 words. Today also we did some translation. This question is for all the new students, not the students who are already studying with us. Okay? My question to you is, the new students, in all the examples that we translated of the verbs yesterday and today, there was one thing common about the doer. What was that? All the doers were of one type. What is that? They were all what?
They were all Rafa and...
no, doer is always Rafa. No, that's not the question. They were all of a particular type. All the doers, if you remember all the examples.
Proper.
They were what?
Proper.
No, they will be proper. They will be, the doer is, this doer is, will be proper. Forget that. No question about giving proper or common. Pay attention. All the doers were dash.
Subject.
No, the doer is always Rafa, doer is subject. More than that. Pay attention.
Detached pronoun.
No, yeah, okay, you were almost there. Detached pronoun nahi, they were all pronouns. जितने भी हमने एग्जाम्पल किया आप देखो, they were all, the doers were all pronouns. He did it, she saw it, I want it, they follow it. It was everything I, we, they, you. All the examples that we studied. Huh?
They were hidden. They were hidden.
Yeah, they were hidden, but the point that I'm trying to make is, all the examples that we studied in these two sessions, they were all having their doers as a pronoun. But in the practical life, in the actual life that we are living, is the action always done by a pronoun? Is that how we live in the world? No. The doer could be anything. The doer could be a person. The doer could be a human being. The doer could be Abdullah. The doer could be Zainab. The doer could be Khadija. The doer could be Maryam. Doer could be Ahmad. The doer could be a wind. The wind pushed it down. The wind made the house fall. Wind could be the doer. Lightning could be, the lightning killed him. The lightning is the doer. So the doer could be anyone. But the examples that we studied were all pronouns. So my question is, yeah, I understood that, but how will I say a sentence with the doer as a non-pronoun? That we don't know. We can, as of now, we can only deal with pronouns. Okay, so that's what we are going to learn today. If the doer is not a pronoun, then how do we do it? How do we know that the doer is not a pronoun? Not necessarily every time the doer will be pronoun. No, the doer could be anyone. So there are two types of doers in Arabic language. Now, mind you, since this is a fast track course, we have to be really fast. Whatever we are studying in the past tense, whatever yesterday, today, whatever we studied, all those things will equally apply to the present tense. equally. So we are not going to repeat all these things again. We'll do it, but just very quickly, like the attached pronoun. Yeah, we'll see some example, but it will be the same. The only difference will be, instead of past tense, there will be a present tense. This doers also, we are not going to repeat it. Whatever we are learning for the past tense, same will apply to the present. The only difference, it will be present tense. So we don't need to repeat it again. So pay attention very carefully. This is going to be applicable equally to the present tense. So every verb in the Arabic language, okay, in any language actually, but we are studying Arabic, so I am focusing on Arabic, has two types of doers. Okay, so this we are studying with respect to past tense. The first type of doer is called as inside doer. The first type of doer is called as inside doer, and there's another type of doer called as outside doer. These are the two types. So what's an inside doer? Well, whatever we studied from yesterday and today, those are all examples of inside doer, where the doer is a pronoun. The doer is inside the verb itself. So when you say nasaru, the whom is the doer. Nasartu, I am the doer. Jalasna, nahnu is the doer. Right? Darabti, you feminine are the doer. So when you have these examples, we are using the inside doer. But there will be situations where the doer is not inside but rather outside. Okay, this is important. Pay attention to it. Okay, the doer can be outside also. Okay, so how will I know it? When do I know when should I use the inside doer, when should I use the outside doer? There are 14 pronouns. Every verb has a 14 variations. Out of that, only 2 are qualified to have outside doers. Okay, at the first instance, it might sound like you are not getting it, but once I repeat and show you example, it will become clear. So we have the pronoun, we have the verbs nasara, nasara, nasaru, nasarat, and so on. Okay, and they are all have one-on-one mapping with the pronoun table. Hua, huma, hum, right? So nasara is like hua, nasara is like huma, nasaru is like hum, because those are the pronouns inside them. So they have a one-on-one mapping. So what I am saying is, out of these 14 pronouns which are inside, only those words which have the hua and hiya pronoun inside them, only those verb forms which have hua or hiya pronoun inside them are qualified to have an outside doer. Now in Nasara table, which are those two verbs which are qualified to have outside doer?
Hua and hiya.
That's the pronoun. So which word will be used actually in Nasara table? The Nasara table ka kaun se do words are qualified to have the outside doer?
Nasara, Nasarat.
That's it. That's it. So if you are going to have an outside doer for the verb nasara, you better use one of these two forms. Other forms will not work. If you say nasaru, no, you cannot have outside doer. Nasartu, no, you cannot have it. Nasartunna, no. If you see these verbs, they will never have outside doer. They will always have inside doer only. Their translation will be using the inside pronoun only. They can never have outside doer. If your situation demands that you want to have an outside doer, you better use the hua or the hiya form of the verb. Then only the outside doer will be enabled. Otherwise, it is disabled for the remaining 12 verbs. That's what it means, and that's what is written here. Doer that is not a pronoun is called as outside doer. So when we are using outside doer, it's not going to be pronoun. It's going to be something else. This is applicable to only hua and hiya versions of the verb. For example, the forms like nasara, nasarat can have outside doer. So in other words, if I had to explain it, let's say you are reading Qur'an. Okay, blah, 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 you're reading Qur'an, and then you come across a verb, let's say darabat. Darabat, that's a hiya. Now, when you come to darabat, yeah, there is a possibility there could be inside doer. You could translate she. Daraba means to hit. Okay, so you could say she hit. But you have to pause. Why? Because this verb is hiya form. And hua and hiya are also qualified to have an outside doer. So before you come to the conclusion I should translate darabat as she hit, pause a while, make some more verification, check some couple of things. Does it have an outside doer? Oh, let me do these checks. Now, if those checks pass, then you have a case of outside doer. Don't translate she hit. There is someone else who hit it. You understand? But if you don't, that other conditions are not fulfilled, then go ahead and translate with the inside. So, huwa and hiya does not mean compulsory outside doer. May be outside, may not be. That you'll have to check it. But there is a possibility for huwa and hiya verbs. But when the verb is not huwa here, don't bother looking for outside doer. There is no outside doer. Just go ahead and simply translate with the inside doer. You understand what I'm saying? When you have a huwa or hiya form of any verb, katalat, katala, these two are qualified. But if you say kataltu, no, it's not qualified. It's going to have an internal doer only. Translation will be with the pronoun, not with anything else. If you want anything else, use the huwa hiya version. And then you can have the outside doer. How to check it on, we are going to see it. But is this concept clear to everyone? Questions?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's see some examples so that it will become more clear too. So inside doer example is like he helped. Oh, that's he is a pronoun. So it's a inside doer. But if I don't want to say he helped, I want to say Zaid helped. Zaid is the outside doer. It's not an inside pronoun. You cannot put Zaid word inside the verb. No. Inside the verb there can only be pronoun. So if I want to say Zaid helped, this will be an example of an outside doer. He helped, Zaid helped. He helped is a inside doer example. Every time you see a pronoun as the doer, inside doer. And every time you see a non-pronoun as a doer, outside doer. That's as basic as I can explain it. Okay? Now, let's assume I come across a verb which is huwa or hiya form. Any verb which is in this one of these two forms. Then I should pause and verify certain things. Just like we do for mudaf mudaf ilayh. Oh, if the word is light, no. Oh, hold on. Is it mudaf? Let me check the mudaf ilayh. And okay, so you do it like this. So here also, every time you are reading, you come across a huwa hiya verb. Hold on. Do some more checks. So if the verb is in the huwa hiya and we want to have an outside doer example, then it needs to fulfill two conditions. You need to check out for the two conditions. If these two conditions are satisfied, you have a case of outside doer. If any one of them fails, no, go ahead with the inside doer. There is no outside doer. Okay? First condition. Whatever is the outside doer, it should come after the verb, not before the verb. Okay? Whoever is the doer, it should come after the huwa hiya verb. That's one condition. The second condition, I think you already know it. What should be the second condition? You know it. Come on. Use your logical sense. Come on. We are talking about a doer. So what should be the second condition?
Rafa.
Yeah, that's it. It has to be rafa. Everywhere you get a doer, it has to be rafa. It has to be rafa. So here are the two conditions. The first condition is whichever ism is going to act as a doer. The doer will be ism, right? The doer can only be isms, nouns. So the ism should be in the rafa state. That's one of the condition. And the second condition, as I told you, it should come after the fail. And it says not necessarily immediately after the fail. Most of the time you will see the doer coming immediately after the fail. But that's not the condition. It can come sometime down the line also. After some words, yeah, it can come. But the important thing is these two conditions. It should be rafa, it should be after the verb. If these conditions are fulfilled, then you have a case of an outside doer. Don't translate with the pronoun. Translate with the ism which is coming after the verb. So let me summarize with it. There is a prerequisite and there are two conditions. Just like again, I gave you an example some time back of a school in need of a female teacher. Okay, so they put out an advertisement, we need a female teacher, and then they said she should be BA'd and she should be having passed in the let's say psychological training. She should be B.Ed and academically studied psychology as a subject. These are the two conditions. So the pre-requirement is she should be female. So if the candidate applies and the candidate has both the qualification, he is studied psychology as a subject and he is B.Ed, but it is not female, he is a male. That's it. The precondition is pre-requirement is failed. So you don't need to check the qualification. So here also we have a pre-requirement, which is the verb should be huwa hiya. Only if the verb is huwa hiya, then I will check these two conditions. If it is not, I don't need to, because it's like an advertisement. He's a male. I don't care whether he's B.Ed or psychology or not. I don't care. We need a female. Only when we get a biodata or a resume of a female, okay, now the condition prerequisite is fulfilled. Now let me check the two conditions. Is she B.Ed? Yes. Okay. Is she studied psychology? Yes. Okay, done. She is accepted. Okay. But if one of the condition failed, she is B.Ed but not studied psychology, gone, rejected. She studied psychology but not B.Ed, rejected. Same thing here. Prerequisite is huwa hiya. Condition, rafa and after the verb. I hope that is clear now. So this is the condition for the outside doer. Let me show you an example. Look at this. And look at the beauty of the Arabic language. Even if I don't tell you, you should be able to figure out which is the verb here. Out of these two words, which is the verb? Allama is the verb. Okay. For those of you who are wondering, how come al-mudarrisa is not the verb? Because it is having al on it. Verbs don't have al on it. Al is a sign of ism. Okay? So, allama is the verb. Now we don't know the meaning of allama. But we definitely know a couple of things about allama. Allama matches with which word in the nasara? As far as the ending goes. First. Yeah. Even though it has a shadda on the middle root letter, we don't care. Past tense comes in different looks. But what is important is how does it end? It ends only in fatha. Okay, so that is a match with nasara. Which means my prerequisite is fulfilled. It is a huwa form. Okay, so I should be extra careful. It's huwa. So what do I do? Well, check if there is an outside doer. Is there a ism after the verb? Yes, there is a ism. Oh, good. 50% completed. Okay. Now the second condition, is the ism rafa?
Yes.
How? Is the ism rafa? Al-mudarrisa is a rafa?
Mudarrisa, yes.
Al-mudarrisa is a rafa. So make it nasb.
No. That's sir.
Al-mudarrisu would be rafa. Fatha is never rafa. Rafa is dhamma. Okay. So this is nasb. Oh. Second condition is not fulfilled. Any one condition not fulfilled. So is this a case of an outside doer or an inside doer?
Yes, sir.
Inside doer. Outside doer is failed. The condition is failed. No outside doer. So inside, who will be the inside doer? Which pronoun?
He.
Huwa. Yeah. He. That's it. See, without knowing the meaning, we were so able to extract so much information about this. I don't know the meaning of allama. I don't know what is mudarrisa. But grammatically, we were able to figure out this is not an outside doer case. This is an inside doer case. And the doer is huwa, which means the doer is masculine, third person singular. What all you want? Without knowing the meaning, if you can extract so much information, alhamdulillah, you have gained a lot. So, the allama is related to teaching. Allama means related to teaching, and it's a past tense. So how will you translate allama? He taught. That's it. He taught. That's a translation of allama. He taught. Now I'm pretty sure if I ask you to make the table, you will be able to make the table. See how beautiful it is. You never learned it, but you can make the table. Allama, allamu, allamat, allamata, allamna, allamta, allamtuma, allamtum, allamti, allamtuma, allamtunna, allamtu, allamna. Somebody, I hear some noise from someone. So easy. You are able to make the table. Anyway, so when the translation of allama is he taught. Okay, he taught. Is there a details after it? Oh, I see a nasb word. So it is giving me detail. Oh, so it should be answering the question, whom did he taught? Allama, he taught. Mudarris means teacher. Mudarris means teacher. So what's the translation?
He taught the teacher.
He taught the teacher. Yes, it is possible. The students can teach the teacher. Yes. He taught the teacher. So by looking at the sentence, we were able to figure out this is not an outside doer case, this is an inside doer case, even though the verb was huwa. Even though it was in the huwa form, but it was the inside doer. He taught the teacher. Okay, now let me take the same example and tweak it little bit. Okay, I'm going to make this sentence as Allama al-mudarrisu. Oh. What form is the verb? Is the verb in the huwa or hiya form? Yeah, huwa form. Okay, so there is a possibility of outside doer. Okay, let me check the two condition. Is there a ism after it?
Yes.
Yes. Is the ism rafa?
Yes.
Ah, okay, we got a candidate, female candidate with B.Ed and psychology. So all the conditions fulfilled. Let's hire him. Let's hire her. So which means this is an outside doer case. So don't even try to translate with he. No, he is gone to sleep. Every time you have a valid outside doer, the inside doer goes to sleep. It's not existing. It will only exist when there is no valid outside doer. So in my class, I always give this example to the student. Imagine there is a warehouse, big warehouse, okay, and so there is a guard. Inside the warehouse, the main wall of the warehouse is glass. So the guard sits inside and keeping a watch on the warehouse. Okay. Now sometimes for the extra security, there is a guard outside also. Okay, sometimes. So the inside guard can see outside if the guard is there or not. If there is a guard outside, he goes to sleep. Nicely. Okay, there is someone who is watching. I don't need to do it. He goes to sleep, the inside guard. But when he sees there is no outside guard, then he is the one who is doing the duty. Same like here. When the inside doer sees there is an outside doer, the inside doer goes to sleep. He is not existing. There is no inside pronoun. Don't think that there is an inside. No, there is no. Even if it is there, it is dormant. It is lying asleep. It is in coma as long as there is outside doer. Same like a guard. So here we have outside doer. So allama के अंदर जो हुआ है, अब वो नहीं हुआ है. अब वो सो गया है. अब वो चला गया है. So the doer is al-mudarrisu. Okay, in this case, because we have a valid outside doer. So how will you translate this now?
The teacher taught.
Yes, that's only. You need to stop there. The teacher taught. There are some extra bright students. They say the teacher taught him. There is no him here. The him has gone to, there is no him here. It's only the teacher taught. Al-mudarrisu taught. Because now we have an outside doer. You see this? Even though the verb has a pronoun inside it, we don't use it. Why? Because we have a valid outside doer. Is that clear to everyone? This is very important concept.
Very important, yes.
Only when you understand this, then only you will be able to interpret and understand the verse, the ayahs from the Qur'an. This is what you are going to see everywhere. There is a very famous ayat that we quote. There are 3 words. Katala Daudu Jaluta. Katala Daudu Jaluta. Katala, is it huwa or hiya form? Katala. Huwa. Yeah, huwa form. Okay, so there can be an outside doer. I said Katala Daudu. Is there a ism after the verb? Yes. Is the ism Rafa? Yes. So I should not. Katala means to kill. Katala means to kill. So I should not translate he killed. I should translate Daud killed. And then the question is, Daud killed whom? The next word is Jaluta. Jaluta. Nasab. Oh, detail. Daud killed Jalut. See how things start falling in proper jigsaw puzzle. Daud killed Jalut. But if I remove Daud and I say Katala Jaluta, it becomes he killed Jalut. The inside doer wakes up because now outside doer is taken away. So inside doer wakes up. When outside comes, inside goes to sleep. Keep this logic in mind. Okay? Questions?
Sir, so in the first case, if it is totally eliminated, the hidden this what do you say pronoun is
No, no,
totally
no, 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 no,
eliminated.
no, 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 no. You're telling opposite. In the first case, pronoun is not eliminated. It's there.
No, when the outside door is there.
That's the second case, not first case.
Second case.
Ah.
So if there is no noun after the doer,
Yeah.
then we won't translate only. Like the action is done on somebody, na? So remain only like the doer and the action. The
Yeah.
recipient won't be there.
Not every sentence needs to have a recipient. He studied.
Like
Okay.
here, like Jalut is there, so every time the recipient won't be there.
Not necessary, na? In the practical world, don't we speak like this? He studied. Do I need always to tell? He studied history, he studied geography.
It's a complete sentence.
It's a complete
Okay,
sentence. He
yes.
studied. He slept. Okay, I don't have a detail. What do you want to detail? If there is there, he slept on the bed. Oh, if the author provides a detail, it's there. If the detail is not provided, still the sentence is complete. Many of the sentences. He slept, he fell down, he ate. Yeah, it's a complete. He ate. He ate a mango. That's also complete. So the detail may be there, may not be there.
Okay. Jazakallah, sir.
Yeah. Any other questions? Okay. Okay. Let's do some exercise and call it a day, inshallah. That will complete the past tense, and tomorrow, inshallah, we're going to start the present tense. Who is the doer here? Okay, quickly. Oh, not the, here is, oh, did I put it here? Okay, anyway. Allamal mudarrisani al-waladaini. Now, what's the verb here? Allama. Which word does it match in the Nasara table? Nasara. Which means it is huwa. Which means there is a possibility of an outside doer. So what do I need to do? Check if there is a ism after the word. Is there a ism after the verb?
Yes.
Yes, there are two isms, not one, two. Okay. Is there any ism in the Rafa state?
Yes.
The Risani is given Rafa state.
Yes. Mudarris. Don't always expect a Dhamma. No, Dhamma is only for singular. The doers could be two. So here the Rafa word is Mudarrisani. Aha. So my verb is in the Hua form. I have a ism after the verb and the ism is Rafa. All conditions fulfilled. This is the perfect example of outside doer. I should not use he here. Who is the doer here? Mudarrisani. Mudarrisani. Mudarris means teacher. So what's the translation of Mudarrisani? Two teachers. Allama means to teach. Okay. So the two teachers taught. The two teachers taught. And what's the next word? Waladaini. Oh, aini means nasparjar. Aini means nasparjar. But it is coming after the verb. So usually it is going to give detail, not jar. It will be going to give detail after the verb. Okay. So waladaini is detail, which means nasb, which means it's a detail of teaching. So the two teachers taught the two boys. Walad means boy. Waladaini will be two boys. The two teachers taught the two boys. See?
Two teachers taught two boys.
Two boys. That's it. So much big sentence, but you are able to translate it, putting all the knowledge together. The two teachers taught the two boys. What about this? Is this the outside doer case or inside doer case?
Mudar is saying is what? Aini will not be in the state of Rafa. Is the Rafa state of dual.
Which word?
Al-Waladani.
Yes. So this time the doer is al-waladani, not mudarrisaini. So how should you translate this? How should you translate this?
The two students taught the teachers.
No, not teachers. The two teachers. We should be precise. Aini is two, and it's not students. It's boys. Student is talib. Okay, so it's boys. The two boys taught the two teachers. By just changing the nasb and rafa status, we were able to switch the meaning. Here the two teachers taught the two boys. Here the two boys taught the two teachers. Okay. Now, mind you, one thing that you should pay attention to is our verb is in the huwa or hiya form, and huwa and hiya is always singular. So some students are like, but the verb is singular, how will I have a plural doer? The doer can be any number, the verb has to be singular. For example, if you say qala muslimun, the verb is singular, it's huwa form, which means there is a possibility of outside doer. Is there a ism after it? Yes. Is the ism rafa? Yes. So this is the outside doer case. So the translation will be the Muslim said. The Muslim said. Okay. Now how will I say the two Muslims said? Well, keep the verb in the huwa form only, singular only. Just change your doer to two and will become two Muslims said. So qala muslimani. Qala muslimani. Oh, how will I say the plural then? Or just say qala muslimuna. That's it. So don't change the verb. The moment you change the verb from singular to dual or plural, you have lost the chance to have an outside doer. You can't. So keep the verb in the huwa hiya form. Oh, when should I use huwa and when should I use hiya? Well, if your gender is masculine, use the huwa form. If it is feminine, use the hiya form. So qala muslimatun, qalat muslimatun, it will be. Instead of qala muslimun, it will be qalat muslimatun. Qalat muslimatun. So if you have a doer, female, use qalat. Qalat muslimatani, qalat muslimatun. Okay, same thing. So that's how you decide who or here. Is that clear to everyone?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. There's just one extra information for you. The doer in the Arabic language is called as fa'il. Fa'il. Fa'ilun. Fa'ilun. This pattern is important because even if you don't remember, that's fine. You will study it in the advance. If you continue your studies, you will study a lot of these things. But just an interesting thing for the student. Fa'ilun. See, there are three letters. I told you 95% of the Arabic words are made from three letters. The three letters here are fa, ain, lam. Fa, ain, lam. Actually, there are four letters, but the root letters are three only, which is fa, ain, lam. So what is that alif doing there? Well, alif is a part of the pattern, which means you change to any three root letters, the alif will be used like this after the first root letter. So it doesn't matter what three letters you use, the alif is going to be there, the kasra is going to be there, the dhamma is going to be there, and the first root letter is going to have a fatha on it. So that's the part of the pattern. And what are the root letters? Fa and lam. Which means when you change the root letters, the pattern remains the same. The pattern is a, I, u. That's the pattern. A, I, un. That's the pattern. I'm not pronouncing fa and lam. But still I'm saying a, I, un. If you remember this a, I, un, you can create any doer in Arabic language. Like for example, the first word we studied was nasara. Nasara was the one we studied. Now if somebody is wondering, yeah, Nasara means he helped, Nasara means both of them helped, Nasartu means I helped. But what is the Arabic word for the helper? Because helper is the doer, the one who helps. So you take the root letters of Nasara, Noon, Sod, Ra, and replace the Fa, Ain, Lam. What do you get?
Nasir.
That's your doer. That is a magic formula to know the doer in Arabic language without knowing the meaning. Just put nasirun. So, what about the doer of qatala?
Qatil.
Qatilun, qatil. What about the doer of alima, the one who knows, knowledgeable person, alima? Alimun. Alim kisko bolte hain? Knowledgeable person. What about the person who does hamd, lot of hamd? Hamid, the one who does hamd. And what about the person who does kufr? See that? Power of Arabic language, you are able to create doers without knowing anything. These are the patterns and the format of the verbs which tell you, even if you don't know the meaning, you will know this is a doer. Because it comes on the pattern of a, I, un. जो जहालत है, जहालत, जिसको जहालत है उसको क्या बोलेंगे? Jahilun. Jahilun is not an offending word. In Urdu it is. Jahil किसी को बोल दो तो बुरा लगता है. But jahil is not an offending word in Arabic. In the correct meaning of jahil is the one who does not know. Opposite of alim. Jahil means he does not know. Jahala. Jahalat means उनको पता नहीं. Jahiliya में बोलते हैं. Jahiliya में जब उनको इस्लाम का पता नहीं था. तो jahil is not an offending word in Arabic. Urdu में है, but Arabic में नहीं. Anyway, Let's do one final exercise and close it. Okay. Indicate the doer type and the doer. So I'm going to show you some sentences. You are supposed to look at the sentence and figure out, is this an inside doer case or outside doer case? In any case, you have to tell me who is the doer. Okay, here's the first one. Anzalal kitaba. Is it an inside doer case or outside doer case? Huh?
Inside.
Inside. It's inside. Because I don't have any rafaism after it. So clearly it's an inside doer case. Who is the doer? Huwa. How did you know? How did you know it? Well, anzala is the verb. It is ending in fatha. So the doer is huwa. That's why we translate this as he sent down. He sent down what? The book. He sent down the book. Anzalal kitaba. Huwa is the doer. Huwa is the doer. Okay, what about this? Inside, outside?
Inside.
Do you need to study the whole thing? No. The verb is not in the huwa here. That's it. We may kabhi, we is not qualified to have outside doer. No. The moment you see a verb which is not huwa here, don't read anything further. It is an inside doer. Who is the doer? Who is the doer? Nahnu. We want Arabic word here. So it is nahnu. Nahnu is the doer. Okay. What about this? Inside, outside? Outside. Who is the doer? No. These are contradicting answers. You say outside and then you say huwa. It's contradicting. The moment you say huwa, I should not. The moment you say outside, I should not hear any pronouns. And nasu is the doer here. The people believed. Amana means to believe. And nasu amana. The people believed. What about this?
No. This is inside.
Raju is the verb.
Inside or outside?
Inside.
Outside.
Inside, sir.
Inside voice.
Third person.
Yes. So this, al-mu'minina has nothing to do here. That's not a verb. You should pay attention to the verb. Don't look at the first word. Not necessarily first word will be verb. The verb here is kharaju. Al-mu'minina doesn't decide. Al-mu'minina doesn't decide outside or inside. The first thing you need to check is the verb. Verb should be huwa here. So the verb is kharaju. It is not in the huwa form. So who is the doer here? No. Home. Nasara, nasaru. Home. What about this? Inside, outside? Inside. Who is the doer? Ana.
Me.
Ana. Anzartu is the verb. Kum is an attached pronoun. Forget about it. We are interested in the verb. Anzartu, ana. That's it. It's not an outside doer. Inside doer. Okay, one last slide and we are done. For those of you getting sleepy, here is the one. Okay. Hasibathu lujjatan. What is the verb here? Just tell me the verb. Oh, no. Only, no. Hasibat, not hasibathu. If you say hasibathu is the verb, you are incorrect. You are not able to recognize the pronouns then. Hasibat. Hasibat is the verb. Is it the huwa or hiya form? Hasibat?
Yes.
Yes. Which means there is a possibility of outside doer? Yes. Right?
Yes.
Now, is there a ism after the verb?
Pronoun.
Is there a ism after the verb?
No.
No ism. Who is not a ism? Lujjatan is not an ism. So what are these? These are fail. They are isms. They are isms. My question is there a ism after the verb? Yes. Who is a ism? Lujjatan. I didn't say there is a rafa ism. I said, is there a ism? Yes.
Yes.
They both are isms.
It is not in the rafa state.
That's a different story. That is when I ask the next question. Is there a rafa ism? Is there a ism which is in the rafa state? No. There is no ism in the rafa state. So the theory falls. It is not an outside doer case, it's an inside doer. Who is the doer? Who is the doer?
Who?
Here.
Hiya.
It's not
Here.
Hiya. Hasibat is the verb. Pay attention to the verb. Hasibat. Inside means hiya. Nasarat. That's why I said you are forgetting the steps now. Whenever there is an attached pronoun, first solve the verb. Verb is hiya. That's it. So the doer is hiya. This is the inside doer case. What about this? Ittakhazat at-talibatu al-kitaba. Inside doer case, outside doer case?
outside
Outside.
Who's the doer? Who's the doer?
At-talibatu.
At-talibatu. Yes. Yes, ittakhazat is hiya form and at-talibatu is the rafa. It's actually talibatun, but because of al, one of the dhamma has gone. At-talibatu. Ja'alallahu. Inside doer case, outside doer case?
Allah.
outside.
And
Outside.
Allah, Isma Allah is a
Yes. The word Allah is the doer. Outside.
Allah is
Outside.
The word Allah is the doer. What about this? Qalata al-kissata.
inside.
Inside.
Inside. There is no hiya huwa form.
Inside.
Who is the doer?
No. Two.
Who is the doer?
Two of them.
Huma. No nahnu. No nahnu. Huma. Nasarat. Nasarata. Huma female. Both the girls. Both the women. Both the women. Okay, last one. Basharat al-ummu.
Yeah, form
Inside the-
outside doer is Allah.
Inside doer is al-ummu.
No, it's outside.
Here.
Outside.
So it's a,
Here form.
Yeah, form.
And outside the word.
who is the doer? Al-ummu. Al-ummu. Al-ummu means mother. The mother congratulated. The mother congratulated.
Curated. Mother congratulated.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I hope that is clear. Any questions?
Basharat who? Sir, the first example.
Hasibathu. It is not Basharathu.
Sorry, Hasibatu, sir. Hasibatu.
See, but who?
Yeah.
Sir, Hasibat. Sir, how is it? Sir, who is attached pronoun, right?
Yes.
When it is in Rafa state, it is.
No, hold on. You're too fast. You are mixing up many things. First of all, what you said firstly is correct. It's an attached pronoun. The second thing is incorrect. You said it's a rafa. Attached pronouns can never, ever be rafa. They can only be nasb or jar. We have studied this. We have hammered this many times. Even today morning also. They can never be rafa. Just don't go with the dhamma. Pronouns don't follow your dhamma fatha kasra. They have their own rules. Detached pronouns are rafa. Attached pronouns are nasb or jar. And we said that whenever a pronoun attaches to a verb, it is detail. Detail means nasb. So who is nasb? Not rafa.
Yes, sir, but.
Yeah. Yes. Any other questions?
No, sir.
Okay. So that
No, sir.
that completes the past tense. Alhamdulillah. From tomorrow we'll see the present tense. Same concept. Same table. Same vocabulary. 12 words. Same outside, inside, doer. Everything will be same. The only thing you will see is how does the present tense look. That's it. So my again one more request to you, every day I am making it, please memorize the past tense table, the meanings of the 12 words, and today you are going to get the present tense table. So if you have not finished the past tense, I am sending one more table on your table to bury you under the table. So memorize it before you come. If you want to still catch up the train of the verb, memorize the present tense table and the words of the 12 words meanings. Of course now they will be in the present tense. So like ja'ala it was, so he made. So in the present tense it will be he is making, he makes. So same words will be used, they will be in the present tense form. So if you memorize it, it will be alhamdulillah, the session will be more fruitful. So with that, we call it end of today's session. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Yeah.